so fast, don't they?
They really do, and she'll just put like a very gentle little kiss on the top of Victoria's forehead. So just us tonight.
Yes, it's been a while since we've had a date night, isn't it?
The last one was what? I think wrangling that mother cat out of the tree with kittens?
I think so, yes. Once we got them down, it was much more pleasant.
It was. I suppose just kind of look at the clothes that have probably some dirt from the garden and stuff on them. Uh, d- we freshen up and make dinner?
I believe that sounds like a wonderful idea.
Okay, good. I'm not as rusty as I feel. Because in Katie's mind, it's like, we've been dealing with a lot of weird shit. This feels more weird than the horror, that we've been dealing with. How do domestic stuff? Asking for a friend. The friend is me.
Yeah, it's been a lot of weird. Victoria knows that Katie needs this, and she's like, maybe this will kind of help get that disconnect to connect a little bit more. She can't rebuild that connection with everything, but she's not going to let that break between her and Katie. And her Mortimer. Mortimer's secondary, Katie's primary, but Mortimer is on that list.
Well, you both go and get ready for this date. I'm guessing y'all are either staying in. What are y'all doing for this date?
I think staying in, because there's already a bottle of wine. We've got the place to ourselves. I'm relatively sure that when we are on the premise, we are not actively being eyeballed by 6 different guards. They just make sure we don't leave. So enjoying a small amount of privacy and pretending that things are normal. In a much bigger kitchen with a much better stocked pantry than we would normally have access to, but oh well. I know where the whiskey's hidden.
Yeah, Katie's probably pulled out the Italian cookbook and is attempting pasta carbonara and, lighting candles, etc.
You've acquired some skill in cooking over the past 3 months. I'm going to say that you have a 50 in craft cooking at this point.
Yippee!
Nice!
Go ahead and roll against your craft cooking.
26!
Congratulations, you make pasta carbonara for you and your lovely wife. It is delicious, actually.
I get some music going.
What are y'all wearing tonight? How are y'all dressed?
I would imagine as nice as we can, but I don't know exactly what kind of clothes we have access to.
Let's just say that you do have access to one set of formal wear of your choosing.
Picture Victoria's wearing a evening dress that's got, it's mostly kind of like a forest screen with some gold embroidery, and she's put her hair up so it in a distance looks like it's in a nice style, but it's her cheating doing a nice style hair.
Okay. Katie?
At first glance, it looks almost like she's wearing a suit and a button-up shirt. However, the closer you get, the suit is actually a very nice kind of flowy deep blue skirt with, I'm gonna say the same color, a deep blue top that's mostly buttoned up and that has eye of pearl buttons on it, and her hair is just kind of in that half up half down ponytail, it's curled with the very barest hint of makeup. Actually, yeah, no, the Victory Red lipstick would be around at that time because Mr. Yahtzee hated it, so she would be having a little bit of a red lip.
Yeah, a little bit of makeup, a little bit of the red lip, maybe some nice jewelry. Gonna be honest, Victoria's barefoot.
Oh yeah, there's no need for shoes in the house.
You're all dressed, the dinner is ready. You both are sitting at the table together, the wine is poured. You eat and converse. It's been the first real moment that you've shared together since before the attack. And it's very pleasant. You both are almost in unison as you discuss matters that aren't your work. You discuss Victoria, your family, hoping to go see them at some point since you're back on the stateside, seeing if you can get that far back east. Katie, you express wanting to go back to Oxford, but you leave out the part about why you're no longer at Oxford. It's almost as if it wasn't there. You talk about your experiences before everything. You talk about the staff that you miss, the people that you wish would have graduated out of Oxford but continue to haunt the halls, so to speak.
We talk about comics
Mhm.
and cartoons.
Yeah, because at this point in pop culture history, they were still for everybody and not just seen as, for weird people.
Yep.
Just having the most delightfully ordinary evening. And it feels real. For Victoria.
Both of you roll me sanity checks.
Come on, dice. That is still a failure with the 66.
I knew this was too good to be true. Let's see what happens. 17. I make it.
Go ahead and roll a d10.
Me?
Yes.
Oh boy.
I think you're getting sanity back.
8?
Okay, 8 sanity to you. This is great for Katie. Katie, you feel more normal than you've ever felt in the past few years. This is the time that you've truly wanted to spend with your wife, and it's picturesque. You have the setting sun on the horizon, giving that golden hue through the windows. You have this wonderful meal that you've prepared for her, and you just get to have this wonderful conversation with this wonderful person. It's just wonderful. Now that I've overused that word. Victoria, you still feel distant. You do gain 1 point of sanity back because I'm not cruel.
Thank you, even though the dice hate me.
But it's still there. In the back of your mind, you have this nagging feeling, a feeling that almost feels like it's not even yours, but it is. You know it is. To where you feel like you should be doing more to get back out there to almost save the reliquary, even though you know you can't.
Victoria, tonight is mind over matter, shoving that thought as far back into the box as it can get.
Roll power.
It's date night. Katie's the only thing that matters.
I was gonna say I have some flavor to help with this, depending on how the roll goes.
I succeeded. I rolled an 80 out of 80.
You mind over matter.
Just know that voice in the back of my head can shove it. It can shut up for now. Magaru can wait.
How would you like to progress the night?
Victoria put on some records, right?
Yeah, I got some music, so maybe dinner, dancing, and then, oh hey, look, a fireplace.
Yeah, I think kind of seeing Victoria stare off a little bit, Katie's just gonna gently reach out a hand and say, I don't think I've danced with you since we first met. We should fix that.
We certainly should. But first off, let's get something maybe a little bit more upbeat. Because I think she, put on something kind of soft and melodic for the dinner, but she found this dude's stash of swing music.
The devil's music.
She found the swing dance.
Alright, you put the record on, and you feel the upbeat big band playing, and you feel the rhythm of the jazz as it works its way into your soul, and you grab each other and spin about the room, bumping into things here and there, learning how to dance with each other. And while it has been such a long time, it almost feels natural as you all step into rhythm with each other. Roll me dexterity.
We will overcome evil by the power of gay and jazz.
Jizzle ski this name?
Oh no, it's
Like
what the
jazz.
Republicans fear.
So once again, I rolled a 55 out of 55.
Oh, good, because I rolled a 75 out of 40, so help!
The dancing is rough, and Katie, you trip and you fall, but your wife catches you. And you both hold in that moment as you are almost just suspended there, hanging in the air, gazing in each other's eyes.
And oh, hey, look, a fireplace.
Perfect
There's
time
a
for a
fireplace in
fireplace.
the background. Guess what? It's lit. The soldiers are allies and did it while you weren't looking.
Good for
Now
them.
you just made it weird. Did they do it before or after we entered the room?
Before.
Okay, good. Because if they did it after, a little weird timing, bro.
The fire's lit.
And the rest of the world vanishes for that evening.
Agreed.
Though I do think at least one of us stays up to make sure Mortimer gets back.
Speaking of Mortimer,
Dun dun dun.
you're driven into town by one of the guards. We're going to the diner, right?
Yes, and you don't have to stick around. I can do with a walk back.
It's against protocol, sir, but I'll be around. It is literally my job to stay with you.
Well, how about this? Let's say you were enjoying a drink. Mortimer slips like a 50 into his front pocket, and I happen to walk away, and you didn't see. It's not your
A
fault.
50. That's like
He looks
half that man's salary for the month.
He looks at the 50 and is just, anything you say, sir.
You should have saved that for when we run away, but okay. Mortimer really wants to get lucky today.
Roll me your credit rating real quick.
Of course. And let's see, my credit rating is actually 30, so hold on. 26.
As we remember how money works, because we don't usually use money in this game.
I want for all the listeners to know, this man just tipped this GI $1,119.17, accounting for inflation.
Holy shit.
Again, half his monthly salary.
His monthly salary. That's a couple of months' salary right there. He can go vacation right now.
All because Mortimer really wants to have a nice evening with a pretty girl.
Which, like, to be fair,
And Mortimer does have $1,500 in the bank.
Yes, he does, because of that credit rating roll. Go ahead and mark that one, because congrats. You'll be able to level that up.
Oh god, the last thing Mortimer needs.
Money. He drops you off at the diner. You know what? How about this? I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna get some food, and if you need any of us, and he hands you a walkie-talkie. It's one of those big old ones. If anything happens, you just give us a call.
Perfect. And you have yourself a good rest of your night. Is this a private or a sergeant?
You gave a private more money than he's ever seen in his life.
Well, private, you have a great rest of your night.
Yeah, you too, man. He runs into the diner, orders something, sits down, and you see that food come out, and he scarfs it down before you even gotten to sit down.
Mortimer's just like, oh my goodness, you know what? Do I need to give him more money? Because he looks like he is hungry.
No,
Did I not give him enough?
no.
Does Mortimer not understand how money works?
Here's the thing. Mortimer's dad is a descendant of Ottoman royalty. He's very rich. So Mortimer has not ever needed to worry about money.
Ah.
But here's the thing, though. At the same time, even though with all the money, Mortimer's dad is someone that still wanted Mortimer to understand what it is to go out and work and to not be, stuck up, which is why Mortimer is more than willing to give money away. That's not supposed to be
Fair.
what defines a person. Your how you treat your fellow man is what's supposed to define you.
Well, you enter into the diner. Had you already asked this girl out on a date, or are you just hoping to see her?
So, what I would like to think is that, because how long have we been in Townstead?
Townstead, you've been here for 3 months.
You know what? During this time, like for the first month, we'll say Mortimer would go in, and there was that awkward, like they'd see each other, he'd sip his go there just to get coffee. Second month, he finally worked up the nerve to talk to her, and then the third month, it's been very awkward, where maybe they both were trying to ask each other out, and it just fell apart this every time. And now it's Mortimer is finally like, that's it, I'm gonna do this right.
All right. You're there in your green suit. You sit at the table, the waitress comes over. Are we looking snazzy tonight? We got big plans?
Mortimer's face turns bright red, and he goes, well, actually, I was hoping the plans would involve you.
Oh, wow. See, I get off in, Hope, can I, you can take the rest of the night off, honey. Go on.
Guaranteed there's been a betting ring going on in the back of this diner of who was going to ask you out first.
You see a man who's on the grill in the back hand Hope what looks to be about $2.
And when she's finished, getting changed out of getting her work uniform and everything, Mortimer just stands at the doorway, opens it, and it holds out his arm and goes, there's a lovely view of the night sky I would love to take you to. And I do believe I have something very special prepared for the two of us.
Absolutely. May I go home and change out of my work clothes, though?
Oh, I do apologize. Of course, And you know what? He runs over to the private and goes, may I borrow the car?
Yeah, man. He tosses you the keys.
Well, he's not going to just take it. That's so rude. And Mortimer's just, thanks, Private.
Yeah, you have a good night, man.
And so Mortimer is, of course, going to... I like to think her name is Abigail. He takes Abigail to her home. And after she gets changed, what is waiting is, we'll say it's the highest point in the town. Like maybe a hill that overlooks the city and overlooks Townstead. And there's a little picnic blanket, cute little pink picnic basket. And, of course, there's another bottle of wine because Mortimer didn't take one. He took two. One for Miss Katie and Victoria and one for him. And then Mortimer proceeds to walk over to behind the bush, pulls out his favorite instrument, the violin, and he starts to play for Miss Abigail.
All right.
Damn, he got game.
She's entranced. Roll me charisma. Or is that appearance here?
Either way, I guess got a 29, so let me just check. I just almost got, not an extreme, a
Hard success?
hard. I almost got a hard because I was only 4 over, but I got 29 out of 50.
But you didn't expect to have to spend some time flirting with your players, did you?
An oversight, to be sure. She is enamored by you. She cannot stop staring at you. This is one of the most interesting things that's probably happened to her in her life. I didn't know you could play violin so well. I guess I might have misjudged you, but nonetheless, you're very talented.
Mortimer puts the violin down. He does a polite bow and goes, well, my father, besides, of course, being a learned man, he wanted me to have a very vast mind, not just for history, religion, but of course for the world. He also made sure I was well versed in the martial arts and, of course, the musical arts. My personal favorite is the violin and the harp, and he'll sit down next to Abigail and go, and Miss Abigail, I would actually like to not mince words. Now, this isn't me saying, oh, I want you to marry me. What it means is, I don't know what the future has in store for me. It's not like me trying to tell you I'm a secret agent. It's more in the realms of...
Roll persuade.
Gotcha.
I'm so sorry.
Basically, how much do you get through this sentence before she shuts you up by kissing you?
I was just going to say, I rolled a 6. My persuade is... Wait. Yeah, it's a...
Oh my
1 over
God.
a half. I have a 10.
You can actually craft the sentence completely if you'd like, Mortimer.
We're just going to say the TLDR is Mortimer tells her that he's in a world of monsters and he doesn't know if he'll ever have a normal life, but the one thing he wants to have normal in it is Abigail. And he'd like to see her every day because he knows that'll be the one thing that helps him get through it.
Oh.
She looks out over the horizon as the sun is setting. She takes a breath in, lets a breath out. I've never heard such beautiful words, or such beautiful music. All parts of me telling me that you're crazy. But there's just... I want to be with you too. You're a very nice guy, very, very attractive. I don't know what to say. She did not get as lucky on the charisma rolls here.
Mortimer he slowly moves a strand of hair from her face and goes in to kiss her and holds her close. And let's just say Katie is up all night waiting for Mortimer for when he finally comes back the next day. His suit jacket is on backwards.
Roll luck.
Happily. I rolled a 26 out of 65.
Go ahead and roll a d10.
Okay, that's only a 2.
You gain 2 luck.
Hey, I'll take it. That puts me up to 42.
You have an incredible night with your lady love.
That's the thing that's most important for Mortimer, is that this cemented that he is genuinely in love, and he has a reason to be careful and to not, in the know when it's time to reel back and be like, okay, this is getting too dangerous.
Go ahead and add Abigail. What's Abigail Smith to your significant people?
Excellent.
That escalated so quickly from a quip that I made.
Well, here's the thing. 3 months is actually a good amount of time to actually build a relationship with someone. It is, especially if he's going there talking to her every day. So, yeah.
Yeah, when I made the joke, I did not expect that to escalate so quickly or so well. I am very glad we got to yes and that.
Yes! You see, that's the best kind of role-playing, when that happens.
That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And the next morning comes around. Katie, you wake up and Victoria has not yet come to bed. You find her downstairs asleep in a chair. Mortimer has not returned, but very shortly you see a very haggard-looking man in a green suit approaching and opens the door, almost dumbfounded.
Mortimer is just like, oh no, please don't tell me she was waiting here all night.
I'm going to go make coffee, and you're going to apologize when she wakes up, understood?
I'm actually going to go help you make her a nice breakfast as an apology, because...
No, go shower, and then apologize.
Of course. And, Miss Katie, thank you both.
Oh my goodness, the soldier's dogs are so loud.
Ragamuffin, no! Get back here!
Mortimer just looks at Katie again and just goes, Miss Katie, Miss Victoria, let her know that I said thank you both for being in my life and everything. And Mortimer goes to head for the shower.
Wonderful.
Meanwhile, Victoria's just snoring on the couch.
She may be snoring on the couch, and she may be looking peaceful as you walk away towards the showers, Mortimer. But what's going on beneath the eyes is another thing. Roll sanity, Victoria.
Oh, goody. I rolled 100.
Oh!
The dice have a story to tell.
Roll a d5.
Roll a d5.
Or d4. But add
Okay. I rolled a 4, so that's 5.
1. Love that for you.
Yep.
Roll. We'll do this first. The bombs drop again, and again, and again. You hear them in the distance. Everyone is frozen in place. You see Katie in shock and awe as the sirens are wailing. You see Mortimer frozen in fear as he's looking out the windows. You run out and you see soldiers standing in front of your friends and colleagues, guns aimed forward. They fire once. One row drops dead. They fire again, another row drops dead. They fire again, and the back row drops dead. You run away, and you see the sea has risen like a tsunami over the island. But you control it, and you wash them all away. You wash the island away. You wake up and it's raining. Coffee is being brewed. Roll intelligence.
Hard success. 25 out of 70. Oh, wait, no. I didn't want to do that, did I? Oh, no.
I love it when the dice have a story to tell.
They do.
Oh no, what did I come back to?
You actualize the dream, and what felt like such a good night has left your mind, and it's become distant, and you feel again like you need to drive yourself into figuring out what we need to do, what needs to happen, how can we stop all of this, how can we go find the lost civilization and seal it away so that no one can take everything else away from you. You feel like, yes, I can be happy, yes, I can enjoy this with Katie, with Mortimer, with this peaceful life, but only if I can stop it. Stop Magaru, stop Basidiogre, stop everything. It just needs to stop. You need to stop it. And you go straight to the library. You do not wait for coffee. You do not wait for an apology. You just go.
Straight for the library, almost like I know where to look, even if I don't know what I'm looking for, and I just dive straight into work. I have to find a way to stop this. I will find the way to stop this. And Magaro's gonna help me. He said whether I've freed him or locked him away.
You're gonna lock him away. You are the chosen one. You are the one who has been set to do all of this. When Mortimer finds you, Katie is trying to stop whatever has come over you as you're just pulling books off the shelves. And somehow they happen to be the right books, the ones that you've almost overlooked. But you knew they were there. You knew which books you needed to pull, but you never did, and now you're pulling them. You're putting them down on the table. You've pulled out your notes. You've pulled out the old journals. You are inconsolable for the next 5 minutes, until finally you are just coming up for air, almost gasping, there in Katie's arms.
I have to stop it. If I could stop it. Stop them. Lock them away. Then we can go back to last night.
No. You know. Not if it's going to do this.
This doesn't end if we don't do anything about it. I have a chance to do something about it. I'm not going to let our happiness fade. I have to do this. I'm not going to be able to rest until I do. She's just staring directly, like direct eye contact with Katie.
And if you leave us behind while trying to keep us?
She kind of looks around at everything that happened. I can't do this alone. And I'm not going to lose you.
And you would be foolish to think I or Mortimer would stand by and lose you.
Just goes in for a hug.
It is a tight hug. It is I am not letting you out of my sight ever again. You're not going into this alone kind of a deal.
Go ahead and roll sanity.
I don't think Victoria pulls back for a while. Oh, for the love. I failed.
It still feels hollow. Roll a D4.
3.
You feel like you're getting worse, but it's not a feeling of getting worse. It's a feeling of, I need to stop hugging her. I need to go do this thing. I need to get away from this, and I just need to be by myself. I just need to study. I just need to figure out what needs to be done so that I can go do the thing and stop it and then come back to this.
I think Katie, can feel almost like a change in Victoria's posture, body language as that thought hits, and she pulls back and starts looking around at the work she had laid out and just shifts her attention fully into what needs to be done. I don't know if she's necessarily pushing people away, but her attention is fully shifted. I have to work before I can rest. She just starts reading through the books, taking notes, marking spots on maps.
All right, well, we better all work together then so you can rest sooner. And she'll grab a stack of books and try and figure out what we're looking for.
As it happens, one of the GIs comes in. Miss Katie, we're ready to take you into town. You said you had that appointment with the town shrink?
Right, we do. And she'll kind of look at Mortimer and look at Victoria like, how are we going to get her to come with?
She hasn't even registered that the GI is there. To the outside, it might look like she's just a researcher engrossed in a project, almost like a coping mechanism, but you and Mortimer can see the signs. There's a little bit of something else there.
Miss Victoria, how about you, just tell us as we, go ahead and head out, and you don't need to worry, the soldier's not going to be eavesdropping. We're all going to take this on together. You're not by yourself.
Mortimer, roll persuade.
I'm not sure how much of that she actually hears.
I don't like the story the dice are telling right now.
I'm just like,
It hurts my soul.
okay. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, my persuade. There's no way. That was a 60, so nope.
Your words fall on deaf ears.
She's not ignoring you. She just does not register you're speaking. As she's reading through one of the books, scribbling down notes.
I think Katie's going to try and will just gently kind of put her hand over the page that Victoria is reading. Try and get her attention that way and be like, you can bring it with us, but remember we have that appointment? The rest will still be here, I promise.
I think she does hear that. Although I think the main reason she hears that is because you physically put your hand in front of her so she couldn't keep reading. And that starts to get through a little bit, and she's just closes the book with the notebook inside of it, keeping an eye on our page. Actually, she doesn't even close it. I think she just stands up and just kind of like shifts around to where she's standing behind you and is continuing to read and take notes. So you can walk in front of her and she can just follow you.
Almost thought it was going to come to roll initiative.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty in this book, and as we're leaving, she probably snags a couple of their books and shoves them in her bag. It's Katie. I can take my homework with me. It's fine.
All right. You take your work with you. You get in the Jeep, and you're driven into town, all three of you. As you get in there, Victoria, you're just locked on these books. Katie, you're sitting next to your wife. Mortimer, you're in shotgun. The guard from last night is the one driving. So, did you have a good night?
Well, let's just say I had a very good night.
Well, I'm glad I didn't ask you if you had a good night, huh? Good on you, man.
But, thank you for, letting me, have my privacy when with Abigail. I really do appreciate that.
Well, hey, as long as you pay more than Uncle Sam, I think we're good.
I don't think that's hard.
Well, actually, after it's all said and done, I might have a proposition for you. I might be starting a company, let's just say.
Well, we'll see what happens then. Here we are. This is the shrink's office.
As Victoria is finishing up her notes on the first book, she's got 2 more in her bag and is not really looking up, but will continue to just kind of follow Katie.
Mortimer's right behind him.
Victoria, I need you to roll occult.
Okay. I got a success, 46 out of 66.
Go ahead and roll a d10.
6.
Go ahead and add 6 to your occult.
Alright.
You're reading this book. Which one is it?
Considering I don't personally know which books I pulled off the shelf to begin with,
We'll say that it is...
I think she's starting with Magaru.
Okay.
Starting with the point she is the most familiar with, so that way she can also sort of differentiate between, like, fact and the mythos.
You found a book on ancient lore from the West Coast and the Pacific. One speaks of a deep water deity that was a ruler of terror and mostly a cautionary tale. You've seen 2 different forms that this deity takes. One is the massive squid cephalopod creature. The other is the anglerfish, something that draws sailors in the dark, only to eat them and take whatever cargo or whatever they've brought with them down to the deeps.
Anglerfish are terrifying, just FYI.
Yes, they are. They're also really tiny, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So like there was this viral video of an anglerfish going up to the surface, and apparently it's like not much bigger than your hand.
Really?
Obviously, I need to be fact checked on that, but like my understanding from that whole thing was that it's a small little guy.
They still look horrifying. That could have also just been baby.
They're still horrifying.
That.
Victoria, yes, you gain that knowledge. You are aware of some forms of Magaru now, and Magaru is a less terrifying name to you. Whenever it is spoken, whenever it is brought up in context, you are no longer going to take any damage off of it. In fact, you can go ahead and elevate your Cthulhu mythos by 3.
Yay, I'm at 19 now.
BRB, gotta go find an anglerfish for my wife.
I gotta go beat up a stupid anglerfish. You enter into the doctor's office, and a secretary at the front. Hello, do you have an appointment today?
Yes, and she'll gesture, and give everybody's names. But here for our appointments?
Oh, yes, you three. You're the talk of the town. Dr. David Hawthorne is out on trip to Portland. You will be meeting with Gabby today, Miss Gabby Hawthorne.
I think Victoria has like a brief reaction to whenever she hears her name and when she hears Gabby, because Gabriella, but is still not really looking up from her research.
Looks like Mortimer, you're up first.
Um, okay, what exactly am I supposed to?
Just follow me. She leads you deeper into the building from the secretary's office down a corridor to the left as you're walking in. There's a corridor. You see a couple of doors on the right side. Looks like they're about room length apart from each other, and you get down to a larger office, and that is where she leaves you. In that office, you see some bookshelves. You see a couch, a chair next to it. You also see a desk out by these French doors that lead out into a garden behind it. And that's where Miss Gabby Hawthorne comes in. Dr. Gabby Hawthorne.
Oh, hello, doctor.
Hello. It is good to meet you.
Good to meet you. Quite a impressive office you have here.
Thank you. My husband and I try to take some pride in our affairs here. Sorry that he is out. I know you scheduled with him, but I'm in every way his equal. So go ahead and sit with me. Let's go ahead and kind of flesh it out. What brings you in today?
He is very careful with how he talks. He talks about with what happened in Hawaii during Pearl Harbor, but doesn't mention anything supernatural. Makes sure to leave out about the island, but he makes sure to mention about how meeting Miss Katie and Victoria are. That's probably the thing that's helped keep his mind grounded, and the horrors of the war and seeing the island tribe being overtaken by the Japanese soldiers and then having to take up arms against them.
Wow, you've really gone through a lot, huh? I bet that's only part of the story, too. But tell me, what has that really brought to the surface for you? I know those situations are not easy. Do you have any regrets? Do you have any fears that have come up? What would you like to address directly about this?
Well, if anything, I wouldn't say fear. It's helped to mature me because as much as anyone wishes to be a pacifist and wish for to go the route of nonviolence, it only takes you so far, and one must be ready to not attack, but be ready to protect those they love. And well, I've seen that there are truly monsters that can come during these awful times, and if anything, it's not that I'm scared, I'm just trying to make myself mentally prepared for, because I wish to, well, let's just say, make the battlefield a little more in our favor.
Do you feel as if you are pushed by your work? That your work is almost your life at this point?
I was afraid of that before the other night, yes, but as I said, Miss Katie and Miss Victoria, I honestly just think of them as two sisters now. They helped me to remember that you have to have something to bring you back. And I have that now, and that's why I want to make sure I do my fair share and make sure they remember what they have to come back to.
That's very good of you. And you seem as if you've really actualized what's happened and made it into something productive for yourself. That's something to be proud of. I am happy for you. Roll sanity.
Alright, that is a 49 out of 88.
You can go ahead and increase your sanity by that.
By 48?
No. Roll roll the d10.
D10? Okay, that's what I was like, wait. Okay, that's going to be, a 6.
6, okay. She gives you some tips and tricks on just how to manage some anxiety that you admit to feeling. You also kind of go a little bit more in depth on what you saw, what really drove you from being the pacifist that you were to knowing that you need to get more into the action. She overall seems more like you know where you are, you're very self-actualized at this point. She doesn't seem to think that you're in any mental danger, but she is here for you. She will listen to you, and she gives you her card and says if anything comes up, you're more than welcome to call. I am usually by the phone almost 24/7, but if you call me at 1 in the morning, I will probably not wake up.
Thank you, Doctor, and I just consider myself very lucky that I have had 2 very great family members, family to be here to help me through all this, because if I was on my own, this would have been a very different talk.
I agree. You can go ahead and show Katie in next.
Of course, and have a great rest of your day.
You too. This hour has passed, and you go grab Katie.
And as Mortimer is heading to Katie, he gets a more stern look in his eyes, and he's just, yes, not my friends, my family. I'm going to protect all of my family.
She jots that down.
And he sees Katie. Miss Katie. Katie, it's your turn. This is a very good doctor. She's going to really help you. She's great to really help you focus in on what's important.
Victoria's on her second book and hasn't really looked up much beyond making sure Katie's still there.
All right. Excellent, I suppose. And she will look at Victoria worriedly, look back at Mortimer like, please make sure she stays where she is.
I'm right here. I will make sure. But I'm honestly, I think she's much too in depth into her research at the moment.
Right, and she'll just nod, squeeze Victoria's hand, and go walk back.
Victoria starts to follow. She's got 2 brain cells. One research, the other one life.
Oh, bless.
Miss Victoria, it is solo sessions, couples counseling. We can schedule that separately.
Pretty much until someone snaps her out of this, I don't think she's gonna register anything unless it's Katie. She can kind of register Katie.
Katie, you continue to the room, and the secretary tries to stop Miss Victoria, but is unsuccessful. It gets to the point in the hallway where Katie, out from behind you, steps Gabby, and she snaps her fingers twice. It doesn't seem to do anything to Victoria. But then Victoria, in your ear, she whispers something that's inaudible to you, but you feel at peace enough to go and sit down.
Yeah, I think she actually looks up from her book, gives Katie a nod, and goes to sit in the nearest chair that does not appear to be part of someone's office.
Just, does the look at Gabby, look at Victoria, just kind of does the back and forth thing for a few seconds. How?
I'm a psychologist, darling. It comes naturally.
Stares in suspicion.
Come, Miss Katie. We have much to discuss.
Takes one last look at her wife just sitting in the chair, but follows.
Now, Katie, talk to me. What is on your mind? I can obviously see something that would be on your mind, but is that what you would like to discuss today, or would you like to discuss the harrowing feats that Mortimer's discussed with me?
Oh god, what did that boy say?
Well, he told me about your time at the attack on Pearl Harbor. I imagine that is not easy for you. I know that it sure would not be easy for me. If that's something you would like to discuss, we can. But this is your time, and I am listening.
It's just like a standard office, right? There's no like window or anything in there.
Off to the right side, there's a window between two bookshelves, and then there is that French window door that leads out into the garden. So there is some sunlight that's coming in. It's not sunlight because there is some clouds and some rain that's come in, but there is some natural light.
That's fair. I think what she's going to do is gesture to the window, and she pulls out it's the 40s, everybody smokes, and pulls out a pack of cigarettes. Do you mind?
Oh, not at all. She opens the window for you.
Cool. And it's pretty clear to this woman, being a psychologist and whatnot, that this is more just a ritual to calm herself down and figure out where to start, because it's been a lot. But I think the most pressing thing is, like, she thinks that she can deal with Pearl Harbor. That is not the issue. The issue is my wife is falling and I don't know how to catch her. And it comes out in kind of like waves. Like, she'll kind of sit there and smoke for a second and then think of how to start it. The woman who owns the general store, she says you're pretty good at pulling people back.
Yes, do you feel that you are in need of being pulled back? Or are you speaking of your wife?
My parents told me a story when I was growing up. I don't remember it, but it was essentially a version of Jack and Jill. And essentially, one of them went into the well, while the other had a rope tied to them to help them get down to the water. I don't know where they heard this before, but eventually, the one in the water pulled the anchor down. And I don't want that to happen to her. Or to me. I'd very much like to keep my wife here.
It's very natural for you to want that. I think you're definitely doing a very good job at trying to manage your stress in that matter. She starts to take some notes. Tell me more about your experience through this.
Kind of look at this woman, take another drag of the cigarette. What exactly did Mortimer say?
Well, I just meant your experience with your wife here. You've made it clear that you don't want to speak about that, and I'm guessing that you've probably actualized it about as well as Mortimer has, but what's distressing to you seems to be your wife actualized it. Tell me about your experience. You three have been here for 3 months. I'm sure time has either healed or harmed for those 3 months. Did you ever go out? Were you all ever intimate? Did you feel the connection?
There's a little bit of an offended British scoff at that, because, it's not things you talk about in polite company, but she'll let the doctor continue.
I mean no offense. It is merely just getting to the root of the matter at hand.
She will just kind of sigh. It has been difficult, but we were able to have some alone time, to put it politely. Though it seemed to make it worse. For a moment I had her back, and then now, she'll kind of gesture outside the door. She's convinced if there's an answer to any of this, that it will make it all go away.
Roll sanity.
Roll sanity? Oh, fuck. Nope.
You gain 1 sanity, but you're feeling like you're drifting away. Your focus is being pulled towards your wife. You aren't very much in tune with yourself at the moment. And while she gives you some good advice to just help you manage, She's also telling you not to feel responsible for your wife, and right now that's really hard for you to accept. You know more or less that it's true, but at the same time, maybe now isn't the right time for that advice. Maybe just a little bit longer, being responsible, just taking care of her will snap her out of it eventually.
If the dice will let it.
The dice seem to have a plan for Victoria, and I am afraid.
Me too. But there's reason, like, right now, she's hyper fixated, but she's docile. She's following along. She's not gonna be a problem.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I think with that, Katie will just kind of put out the cigarettes, make sure, to tuck them back away, and we'll go back out and kind of stare at wherever Victoria is sitting, and we'll just kind of place her hand over where Excalibur has come out in the past and let themselves feel their heartbeat, but know they would trade it if it meant Victoria would be safe, kind of is the end result of that.
Go ahead and call Victoria in.
She'll go and get her and kind of gently squeeze her hands that are holding the book to get her attention.
Is there something I can roll to kind of snap out of the hyperfixation for a little bit?
Roll power.
Okay. Just a regular success, but I succeeded.
You know this is important to your wife. You know that she wants you all to kind of fit in. You know that she wants to heal. That was enough to pull you out. You're not doing it for yourself at this point, but Katie, absolutely. You would do that in a heartbeat any day.
Anything.
You close the book, you leave it behind with Mortimer, and you walk down the hall. And as you enter into the room, you see Gabby sitting there, and the light is dull as the clouds are overhead. And as you take a seat, you hear Victoria in your head. And you see these tendrils in the ceiling and on the walls.
The chief back on the island gave her that necklace. I don't know if she's been able to really look much into it, but she is wearing it. I think her hand just automatically drifts up to it.
You grab it, and the voice fades, and the tendrils fade.
Her gaze had started to drift up towards the ceiling, and then she snaps back, sits down, tries to play it off like she was just kind of checking out the office, looking at the decor.
Miss Victoria, you're seeing things, aren't you?
Only glimpses, flashes. A lot happened back on the island.
Horrific things?
Yes. Still trying to process and make sense of what all happened back on the island.
I understand.
I'm pretty good at knowing what's real and what isn't, but even the things that I know aren't real can still be hard to ignore.
Absolutely. Tell me more.
Seeing the shadows. Every once in a while. It's almost like I forget where I am. And then it comes back to me, and I realize, and I'm able to remind myself. But there's still a lot that keeps pulling me back. But I'm trying. Every day I'm trying. I've got Katie to keep me grounded, and Mortimer to remind me of what's worth living for and what's worth focusing on.
That's good. You are trying to heal, and that's what I said in your ear earlier. I don't know if you understood it. I could see the mania in your eyes. Nothing to be ashamed of. You have seen a lot, and from the stories that your friends have told me, well, your wife and your friend, well, family as he calls you.
It doesn't quite reach her eyes, I don't think, but there's a little smile at that.
You've seen more than you're letting on. And in that brief moment where you were seeing things, who's Gabriella? Who's Decker? And this Blackwell? You said their names a couple times. Also something Basidioger?
Vibe check. I need to. How do I vibe check? This is immediately like, I'm like, this is setting off all of the ding 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 alarm bells and questions.
You can roll psychoanalysis.
Okay. Ha! I actually succeeded. I rolled a 21 out of 21.
She has the power to psychoanalyze everyone but herself.
Is that something that I actually said, or does this lady know more than she's letting on? Like, what? How? What? Who? What? When? Where? Why? How?
She seems genuine in this. In that moment that you were seeing things, you felt your mouth moving, but the fear was overwhelming. You aren't sure what you said, but there's no other way that she could know those names.
There is a bit of like a brief nervous reaction, and she studies the doctor for a minute before. There were some harrowing incidents that happened before we left London. Those were the names of some of the people who helped me through that. We haven't seen them since we moved here to Hawaii. But sometimes when scary things are happening, I think about them again.
I understand. I'm sure you miss them dearly and wish them well.
I do hope they're somewhere where they can have peace.
What was this Basidioger that you said? Or am I pronouncing that right? Is that something just that slipped out? Might not have been anything?
So we went to a dinner and things got weird, and turns out some of the weird things that happened at that dinner were because of these... They're these mushrooms? Basidia I think is their name? Caused some of the details of what happened to get really fuzzy.
And this Magaru?
I don't know, could be another mushroom? Shrugs, trying to play it cool.
Roll persuade.
Okay, well, nope. 87 out of 10.
You see her jot down a couple of things, and it looks like a couple of question marks.
Victoria does clock that and says, they're not exactly a friend. But they helped out with some situations. I'm not sure what happened to them. I don't know if they made it off the island or not. But they helped out before we left Hawaii.
I see.
Not a lie.
Miss Victoria, I would like to recommend some steps for you. She lists off some things to bring down the anxiety, working on your breathing, spending some time meditating. She explains that it will enhance your studying quality, allowing you to take on more, but also by partitioning out parts of your day to focus on you, and then also focus on time with your family.
Victoria pulls out a scrap of paper and does note these things down. She wants to keep trying.
She also goes ahead and writes out a prescription for you. If you take this to the general store, she should be able to fill this for you. It is a minor drug to help ease the visions that you're seeing, keep the mania at bay and all of that. I wouldn't prescribe it if I didn't think that you needed it. And after today, I do think that maybe having this for the next month might do you some good, allow you to find some normalcy.
She takes it, nods, and tucks it in. She's got like a smaller notebook, not the one that she was doing her work notes in, but more like a little sort of flip book thing that's people would use to like write down a grocery list or something, and she just tucks it in there along with her therapy notes. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And this is for you, and I forgot to give your wife my card, but if you ever need anything, you're more than welcome to give me a call. My husband will be back if you'd rather meet with him. I know there are some preferences, but
Victoria does like a attempt at like a joking rolling her eyes at that.
she laughs with you. The other thing that I'm going to say to you is perhaps take a break from the studying. It seems that perhaps these things that have formed in your mind, these entities, the Basidiogr, the Magaru, those things perhaps are manifestations. And she kind of goes off for a little bit, misunderstanding what what those creatures are.
Misunderstanding also, the responses I gave is one of them was a mushroom that we accidentally got high on, the other one was someone we knew back on the island. Calling them entities does not fit with what I told her, which technically both of those things that Victoria said were not lies.
That's true. Okay. She mentions it. Just take some break. Just take some time off of the studying, and then return to it once you feel a more healthier relationship with it.
Alright. I'll try. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. She leads you to the door and wishes you well.